I have about 10 minutes left in my very short 30-minute lunch break. But something is bothering me, and I have to just get it out. So, I saw a TikTok about a girl basically saying all this growth that she's done, and telling a friend how she's really proud of her growth and all the things that she now recognizes and acknowledges are wrong. And so the friend says, which is actually her, the friend says, "Oh, it's good that you've acknowledged and stopped these behaviors." And she said, "Stop the what?" And it was funny because it's me. But the point of it is knowing all these things, learning about yourself, learning how your mind operates, what triggers your emotions, where those emotions stem from. All that stuff does not matter as much as applying it and changing your behavior for a better outcome. Whether that's just, whatever the outcome is, right? So recently, I stopped talking to a person. We were talking pretty regularly, and basically he just fizzled out and maybe lost interest or whatever. So long story long, after everything was said and done and everybody went parted their ways respectfully, because it was respectful, he said something that triggered me, right? Something about he's grateful for peace, insinuating that somehow I had taken his peace. Now this bothers me because as a woman I'm taught that I'm supposed to be a man's peace. So the fact that I'm detracting from that says something to me. If I agree and buy into what society tells me I should do and be as a woman, detracting from his peace says that there's something wrong with me inherently as a woman. And then also I have to think about all the sweet, nice things he was saying. Were you feeling this simultaneously? So go down this rabbit hole, right? Because it doesn't matter. The person that said this is at peace with things that they shouldn't be at peace with. So this shouldn't bother me, right? But it really did. And I think it was a moment for me to reflect. Okay, why is this bothering you? You already know why it bothers you. You don't like rejection. And you don't, in any form, and you don't like when people mischaracterize you. But the meat of it, the most important thing I needed to get was the fact that I am still, as much as I like myself, as much as I think I'm dope, as much as I can disagree with a negative assessment about myself, I still attach too much importance to what other people think. I'm assigning too much importance, good or bad, to what people think. Because in that moment, I'm thinking, well, what about all the other stuff you said? So that means that you wanted to believe the positive things. You wanted to. And him saying something negative about you somehow negates all the positive things. And then that can't be true and then you go down this, but none of that matters. What I think about me is most important. Feedback is great. Constructive criticism, I'll take it. Someone who really cares about me and is holding a mirror up to my bullshit, fine. But telling me that your assessment of the situation, your assessment of my character, your assessment of who I am, whether you love me or not, cannot hold as much weight as how I feel about myself. And what's funny is this person has this mastered. I could say whatever I wanted about him, and he would feel like I was just a woman scorned and I was in my feelings, and not feel the slightest bit of attachment to my negative assessment. So why is it that I feel the need to internalize it? That's because I've assigned too much credence to what they think, which means that I need to reevaluate my belief system in terms of how I see myself. And I have to bolster my own confidence. Yeah, it took a shot. And I know normal people do this all the time, not even realizing that they're doing it. When I say normal, I mean people with a fair amount of self-esteem. But for me, it's going to take a minute. But I'm just going to have to love on myself, because somewhere in my mind, I put down the work of building myself up and I let him do it. And when he stopped and tried to take some bricks away, I felt away. This is why you can't put the keys to your happiness, your identity, your whatever in somebody else's pocket. They're your keys, so you have to keep them in your pocket. And that's just a lesson. That's just a lesson. And I'm glad that I am not been out of shape, but that I'm taking the opportunity to learn more about myself and become better. Because at the end of the day, that's all I was preaching during. That's all that I've been preaching. I have to live it, and I have to be okay with people feeling a way about me, because at the end of the day, how I feel is most important, and nothing else really matters. My friend would say, I'm gonna butcher it, I know. You treat the compliments and the criticism like the same side. I mean, two sides of the same coin. You treat those imposters the same. That's what I always remember him saying, which basically means you bigging me up and you saying positive things about me, and that's lovely and it feels good and it sounds nice, and 99.9% of that shit is actually true. So it's okay that you agree with it, but then you can't put so much weight on it that the moment that they feel differently, that detracts from how you feel about yourself. Because in the words of Cat Williams, self-esteem is esteem of your motherfucking self.